And we would start to our interview by getting to know what is GCI. But before we start, I introduce you a little bit. UMUHOZA Amina, you're the national president of GCI in Rwanda, and you're also joined by Tetiwe. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you guys do.
Okay, national president, go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, you can go on.
Yes. So GCI is an abbreviation of Junior Chamber International. We have a vision to be the foremost global network of young leaders, and this also goes with our mission, which is to provide leadership development opportunities that empower youth to create positive change. So mainly that's what we do, and GCI is a global network in more than 150 countries all over the world, and today we are with our Executive Vice President for Africa and Middle East. So we are really happy to have her in Rwanda visiting.
Absolutely, we're very grateful to having you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just to add on to what National President Amina has said, of course, my name's Tetiwe Nzimah. I'm coming from the beautiful land of Zambia, so I'm a member of JCI Zambia. But this year, I've been privileged to be given the mandate to be the Executive Vice President in charge of Africa and Middle East. So as she said, we are a leadership development organization, having been in existence of 109 countries now. And how have we done it? We've been developing leaders for 109 years. We offer 4 areas of development, 4 areas of opportunity for any member who comes through to join. There's what we call the community engagement, where we go out into our communities because we believe that we are the change makers. We won't necessarily wait for government or any other stakeholders. Rather, we will collaborate by identifying needs in our communities. Looking for a sustainable project, not just a project where you go and donate things, but you leave sustainable impact into the communities. The other area of opportunity is your international cooperation. So I'm here in Rwanda for the first time. Never in my life did I anticipate that I'll be traveling to Rwanda, and I'm here as a leader, as a youth ambassador. So it's a great place to be at. There's also the networking opportunities. We are global. We're present in over 115 countries. We get to have different events that happen throughout the year. Those are standard. As an area or as an organization, we're split into 4 areas geographically. So Rwanda and Zambia, of course, fall under Africa and the Middle East. I have 30 other countries under my mandate. We've got Asia and Pacific. We also have the Europe, and we also have the Americas. Okay, so every year we have 4 conferences, which we call the area conferences as well. But as an organization, really, we do develop leaders for a changing world.
Yeah, you just came right after reiterating on the story you've been talking about the role of the youth, like in the leadership positions, like being those high-level positions. So I want to know, what are the significance does the GCI hold for the younger generations in terms of joining a leadership membership, and as this organization reiterates in its mission and its vision as well?
Okay, so like I said, I mentioned 3 out of the 4
and
areas.
If you allow me,
yes.
This question should also be right after you. Yes. Should also be answered by Amina, because at the national level.
Yes, definitely, definitely,
okay,
definitely. So I mentioned 3 out of 4 of the areas of opportunity. The last area of opportunity is business and entrepreneurship. As an organization, we get to teach and empower young people with skills that will enable them to provide development opportunities that will create positive change in our communities and, of course, ripple out to the world. I think Rwanda is no different from Zambia or no different from any other country globally. The mindset of the general youth is at 18, 19, why should they be bothered going around providing solutions into our communities? But once you see that need as an organization, you get to tap into a space that you never ever thought you would. You get to realize that with your bare hands and with your bare intellect, you're able to walk into rooms and spaces and negotiate with different stakeholders and together work towards sustainability and improving your community, your country, and the continent at large. So that's one of the things that we do when we get to meet up at international conferences. On the national level, I believe my national president, Amina, will talk about that. But on the international level, when we get to meet at our conferences, we have different skills development trainings that we offer. And these are of high grade, of high caliber. We look at what is it that the youth needs to excel in the world today. You know, the world is rapidly changing, so we need to be able to adapt and be in that position. So what is it that we have to offer for the youth to be well equipped to go out there and be trailblazers and not just be used in some countries? Youths are seen as vehicles of violence. You know, youths are perceived as people who are just complaining and have got nothing else to do for. But we say that we are the change makers, but how do we do that? We basically empower you with the necessary skills, and we empower you with what is needed for you to see yourself as a leader.
Definitely.
Sure. Amina.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, so for Rwandan chapter, we also do different activities. For us, we've been affiliated to JCI since 2004. You can imagine you're about to celebrate the 20 years anniversary soon. And from there, we've been able to do different activities. There's something like a surprise. We were the first to introduce entrepreneurship clubs way back in Rwanda, and it has really created a positive change. We've been also doing for example, like currently we have a project called 100 Champs, where we are empowering youth who have business ideas at the prototype level to be able to get the business skills. And also we do different community empowerment where we train teenage moms on sexual reproductive health. We educate youth on leadership, on public speaking. So all of these are the activities that we are doing.
Yeah.
For me, what really stood out for me in the GISA is more than 100 years of when it was founded, which means a huge legacy that you guys have. And yes, it's very interesting. And then coming to Rwanda, you are celebrating 20 years. I want to know, when you look at when they started, maybe you weren't around, we all weren't around when it all started, but what was the vision? And tell me a little bit of where you are right now. Is it working for you guys?
Definitely. I mean, 109 years, and you want to ask if we're still relevant? Definitely, we are relevant.
It's not about relevance, it's like the work you have done, how people are reacting from it. Do you see the results? Because, I mean, a long time, definitely the results are there. Tell me a bit about that.
Yes, definitely. So, our founding father, Henry Gizimba, literally hailed from a small town, and when he started off, it was more of a social club. So it was more of a dancing club, something to entice or distract the men from getting into other vices. And as time went back, around 1915, after the World War, he had the vision to provide, to drive for everlasting peace. And as an organization, we still look for that worldwide peace. We still strive for that worldwide peace. But as we continue to do that, we also develop a lot of leaders. It might interest you that there are very great leaders that have come out of the organization. The late Kofi Annan was a JCI member.
Definitely.
He did, yes. So he did attend our World Congress. That was in 2017. And we still get numerous support from his foundation as well. In a country like Japan, it would interest you to know that 1,000 people literally apply and are on a waiting list to be a part of the organization. to serve in their parliament or to be elected, you needed to have been through JCI, you needed to have been a JCI member. And why is that? It's because some of the things that we teach or some of the things that we upskill in members are things like parliamentary procedures. And those are very, very key in running effective meetings. So even back home, you'll find that some of the greatest leaders that we had politically were JCI members, you know, and looking at it today, there's still quite a number of people that have stood out and still go out there to inspire. I myself, I've got a story to tell. I'm sure NP Amina has got a story to tell. Had I not encountered JCI, I probably would have been just an ordinary member, you know, ordinary person doing ordinary things. But I'm just an ordinary person doing extraordinary things and leading and inspiring many youths across Africa and Middle East and across the world at large.
I would love to ask you, what's like being among such an outstanding organization? A huge, as you said, Rwanda has been in the organization for 20 years now, but I want to know the results of us Rwandans being from that organization, profiting from those 100 years of people who have been working. We have been in the organization for 20 years, as you said, but I want the tangible results as youth that have been in this organization.
The results speak
for themselves.
For themselves. If you can look at GCI members, especially our national president, because in GCI it's only 1 year to lead, so you have to pass over. It means like next year someone else will take over. If you can look at the profile of the national presidents, past president, you will recognize the names, you recognize what they do. So most of them are contributing in the leadership of our country in different sectors, not only in politics but also in business. So you can, everyone who joins GCI Rwanda, most of the time knows those people and be like, I want to be like them. I want to join where they have fetched this wisdom.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like you have some success story you have to share to us in the last 20 years. I want to also know how are the youth in Rwanda particularly engaging in various activities regarding to the community challenges, especially there are various challenges that our communities are facing right now. There are some of those challenges that are either solved by the government itself, but in that solution from the government, there are also needed the participation from other stakeholders. When we talk about stakeholders, we also mean the youth. Then I want to know how are the youth actively engaging those programs that are regarding to the community and as well as the society.
Yes, thank you so much. One thing that we've learned as Rwandans, especially youth, is that you're not too young to do important things. If you can look around, you will see youth doing different things. Even for us GCI members, we have other professionals. We are in business, we are heading companies, we are solving the social challenges. So one thing that I can say is that we learn to be proactive in face of challenges, and this is reflecting on the numbers of business that are headed by youth that we are seeing currently. It even goes beyond that. It goes deep to gender, where we are even empowering women to take the lead in different sectors. And you can see I'm leading an organization. You can see our EVP. That speaks also to itself. So I can say that things have changed. People are not viewing youth as the leaders for the next 100 years, or that they're going to start being the leaders when their hairs have turned gray. It's the time to start right now. Absolutely. And we are seeing youth taking lead in different sectors, and it's going well.
Definitely. You are here for the inspection of the AMEC scheduled May 22nd and 25th. What will the conference bring to Rwanda, and can they speak on it? Because you're in Rwanda. I want you to tell me about the experience of working with Amina. Like, please, what's the field, the environment working in Rwanda, GCI being in Rwanda, and tell us a little bit about the conference that's going to be coming up and the theme about it.
Okay. So before I say that, allow me to also highlight that having JCI Rwanda hosts the African Middle East Conference is one of the success stories.
I want to ask that.
I say that there are some of the success stories in the past 20 years. So
yes, it's definitely...
That was part of those success
yes,
stories.
It's definitely one of the success stories.
Yeah.
You know, it's a huge thing to be trusted to, first of all, bid and win a bid, and then be trusted to host delegates, not only from Africa and Middle East, but from all over the world. Because in as much as we are geographically split up, like I had indicated earlier on, our conferences are not confined to your particular area. So every year around May, we know that a country is going to host a conference, and it invites members from all over, not just from the 30 countries that JCI is present in Africa and the Middle East, but it will invite a few members from Asian Pacific, from the Europes, and from the Americas. So it's a huge thing. It's a win plus. It's a very big win for JCI Rwanda, and congratulations to Rwanda and their continued engagement and partnerships. Of course, just being youths, it's not easy. So you don't expect a team of youths 18 to 40 to be the ones to successfully host the conference. It comes with a lot of partnerships, a lot of government engagement, a lot of different stakeholders, so that Rwanda can give us a good feel.
Sure.
So I came in last night from Lusaka, Zambia, and I'm joined by my colleague who is our area director. He's based in Nigeria. He also came through yesterday. And throughout this week, we're basically just going throughout the beautiful city of Kigali to preempt what we will be able to offer to our members, and to also ignite that excitement in the members so that they can truly start counting down. And for those who haven't been to Kigali, really look forward. It's a great thing. It's not just for the benefit of JCI Rwanda, it's a benefit for Rwanda as a country. It boosts and it adds on to your tourism. So when you ask what are the youths doing in JCI Rwanda, that's one of the things. Yes. They're helping with the GDP of the country. Yeah. Okay, they're exposing Rwanda to greater heights. You're looking at having over 30 nations present in Rwanda for a week. What experiences will people go back home with? So it's the beauty of all that, and what we have to do this week is look at the different programmings that we're going to have for the members, where we're going to take them, which cultural places you're going to take us to. Of course, Rwanda has got a great history. You cannot come to Rwanda and not visit the genocide site. You wouldn't tell a story about Rwanda if you come in and go that way. So we definitely do have some of those lined up. We've got company tours as well. We want to showcase the success of Rwanda, how the government of Rwanda is working with the youth of Rwanda, how they're empowering the youth, and how that is reflecting on how Rwanda is just a spotlight in our continent, and not just in our continent, in the globe. So there's so much that we're bringing for the youths to come and learn. And my role this week is basically to coordinate with the team here, of course, with NP Amina. They've been great hosts so far, very nice, warm, and welcoming, making me comfortable. So I know it's going to be a very easy flow. We're going to have great conversations. They already have some partners. We've been privileged to get certain discounts off, say, for example, your resident airline. Rwandair is already giving discounts to every member who's going to fly on Rwanda. So that in itself, you're guaranteed that almost everybody, yes, so it's going to be very interesting.
What are the potential benefits of hosting the first time, as we are speaking, the potential benefits of hosting this event, but also what is Rwandans earning from GCI coming to Rwanda? What are the youth going to learn from the event?
First of all, we are very excited to host this, and it's going to be a great opportunity for our country and also to our members in particular. So there are different benefits that youth in Rwanda can expect to gain from AMEC 2024. First of all, there are going to be different discussions where we're going to sit together, see the challenges that we are having as the youth, African youth, and also suggest solutions to those challenges, not only just putting the challenges there, but also taking part in bringing the solution. That's first. Another thing also, there is going to be capacity building, hands-on work, where we're going to be getting different trainings. As our EVP said, we have the pillars, the areas of influence that we have as JCI. There is entrepreneurship, there is community impact, there is the internationalist, there is individual development. All of those sides are going to be tapped into, and there is the trainings that are designed for that. Another thing also is that we're going to be getting access to different influences and people who have achieved different things who can come and inspire. And this is where we get to find the opportunity to create meaningful collaborations and the networking that can result into something tangible in the future. So that's mainly the benefit, but also for the partners, the local partners in Rwanda, this is a great opportunity for them to be able to work with youth and also to project their services and the impact that they have that they want to create. So this is a good audience that we can focus on. Sure.
Like before concluding, I want to ask this question on the both sides, particularly in Rwanda and in general on the African continent. We are literally seeing the issue of the youth for not engaging those, in getting creative for job creations on the African continent, and even in Rwanda, we are still seeing those youth who are seeking jobs instead of creating jobs. Like in your view, not as GCI, but I want to know your perspective in your view. Why do we still face that challenge, particularly on the African continent and in Rwanda as well? Starting from Amina.
The Rwandan view.
Yes, I believe I'm also in a good position to answer that because I myself am an entrepreneur. But I would say that the main challenge is the mindset shift that needs to be addressed. I remember that for me to start thinking about entrepreneurship, it is because that we got even that course, entrepreneurship, before it wasn't in the curriculum. But the first time that they introduced it, you see, like the mindset started to change. I was starting to say, I don't only want to be a business person who gets the money. I want to solve the challenges that I see in community by bringing a business solution. So I believe that it starts from a mindset shift, to give the youth that there is another way, there is another side that they can follow and impact the community, not only waiting for them to get jobs.
Do you even think they understand the same way as you?
If we can look at the youth in Rwanda, we can appreciate the step that we have today, because now we have a ministry in charge of that. We have different opportunities. You've heard about Youth Connect. You've heard about different programs that are being brought in our country to support youth who don't even have a capital. And also this goes with what we are doing as GCI. You remember something that I told you about 100 champs. So it's cross-cutting, and something also that I can talk about. All the youth, we cannot all of us be the entrepreneurs. Yes,
Yeah.
there are also needs. There are people. It also goes with the passion. You can be an employee who can make an impact in organization. So it's all about teaching the youth and also bringing the mentorship in different areas that can direct you about the best step that you can take. If you choose to be entrepreneur, this is the best way to do it. If you also choose to be an employee, this is where you can do while you're also developing yourself, not only staying on one side.
Yeah.
You guys are providing jobs.
Yes.
Then on the continent-wise,
Okay, on the continent-wise, he said providing jobs. We're a membership organization.
No, I meant the
Oh,
entrepreneur.
yes, the entrepreneur,
Yeah.
yes. So I'll talk about back home and the situation in Africa as, you know, at large. Like I said, our countries are not so different. So our problems are not unique.
Yeah.
And we keep learning from each other. We've got a high percentage of unemployment rate, and I think that would be the same here. Over the years, what has happened is you hear the government pleading to the youth to look at alternatives, right? Because there are not enough jobs to sustain the population.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, the reason why there's high level of youth unemployment is youths cater for the hugest bracket of population in our continent. When you look at you know, the demographics and how it's split, the majority of the population is in youths. That's why even as an organization, when we look at all the areas, Africa is expected to grow more in membership because of our population of youths. Now, when we look at an organization such as JCI, I must apologize, it's very hard for me to answer this question minus marinates to what we do as an organization.
Yeah.
There's a certain way that you walk into JCI and you shift your mindset. You not just start looking for a job, but you start looking at being a job creator. And if not being a job creator, is there somebody in your international network or somebody in your network that can link you up with a job?
Yeah.
The world has become a global village, right? I could be seated on a chair at home in my room, and I'm working remotely with a country in the US or in Canada, and we need to get to a level where youths become open-minded and not just start knocking on government doors to say, if government doesn't give us a job, then we're not going anywhere. There's places where you can still earn money as you are building yourself. We build entrepreneurs in our organization through what we call Creative Young Entrepreneurs, and that is a program that we have crafted. It was coined in our area. It was one of our responses to the pandemic. And we say that how can we build young people to have businesses that are more resilient?
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, a youth will wake up and they want to create a business, but it's just to create a business for a short span. They make that profit, they probably chew most of it, they don't reinvest it. But when you start being empowered and learning more that you can be a billionaire, you can be a business goon, you start learning that, oh, in year one,
This is possible.
Yeah.
this is possible, and you start having a strategic plan,
it
and
can
you
work.
grow that.
Yeah.
Yes, and it can work. So being affiliated or being a member to such organizations such as JCI will definitely enable you to think differently and to think globally, you know, and
Sure.
being that beacon of hope that the youth needs. It just needs one person to ignite that light, and everything will be set ablaze.
Absolutely.
I mean, closing this conversation, how could youth involve in the JCI? How can they join you guys?
It's very easy.
Yeah.
Yes. So as she said, JCI is a membership organization, and for us to join JCI, you can go to our social media. First of all, we are available on our different platforms: Twitter, Instagram, and even LinkedIn. And text us. There is a membership form that you will fill, that we give you different details, and then there is a fee that you pay according to the category that you are into. If you are a student, if you are a professional person, so there are different fees. So that's how you can join us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely, they can join you guys on different
It's
social
very
media
interesting
platforms.
for those who want to join the membership of
And it's
GCI.
so easy, and
Yeah,
now that
very
we are
easy.
all on social media, it's so easy. Thank you very much, UMUHOZA Amina, the National President of GCI in Rwanda, and thank you very much, the Executive Vice President of Africa GCI, for coming through.
Thank you.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to having you at our conference.
We would definitely be
And
there.
definitely looking at you being JCI Rwanda members. Thank you.
We are applying, please. This month, we want
Right
this
after
opportunity.
the end of the show, we will try to
Fill the form.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for coming through. And as always, we move on to the next part of our show, which is the showbiz. We're going to come a little bit about the story, which first what the first song that we have on our showbiz, and then we'll be right back.
dore urwandiko rutugarurira ibyiza twanyazwe bwira bihebye